Welcome to the ARCSOA Elite Series round of Connecticut here at Lime Rock. A couple of major news items coming in, both of which are the first big news items is that only 36 cars will be taking the grid today as Aussie Vineyards is lacking funding, and they're looking for some funding to run the rest of the season. Unsure if they'll be back for any of the future races. And Menervini, who is down on cars, they're using a 2-year-old Lycos chassis, and, well, they don't have a whole lot of those cars left, so they're deciding to take the weekend off and regroup for next weekend. So that's going to be big and important for their future. Coming also into this, we also saw some penalties. Vijay Pashanda leveled against some drivers at the end of the race. Michael Almermuller, the points leader, Casey Lester got into a wreck there coming to the line. There were Lester got put into the back for almost taking out Almermuller when Almermuller was trying to complete his final lap and Lester was on the cooldown lap. And Almermuller had a profanity-laced tirade against Lester on the Olina Sports Network that night. So they put Almermuller in the back with Lester. And then there was a big pit road brawl over the big one that happened at Darlington between Jordan Davis and Adam Tedford, both of which's teams got into a pretty nasty fight live on camera. ARCSOA does not look very kindly on pit road or on fights on pit road or fighting in general. So they threw both the 83 and the 86 at the back of the order as well. The last major news item is that also, other than those four being sent to the back, it was also a very screwed up qualifying order due to some rain in qualifying. Our pole sitter today will be hometown hero Alan Cavagnaro. Let's get to the race. No standing start here for Lime Rock due to the rainfall that we've seen this weekend. The track doesn't have a lot of grip. However, we might get a cleaner start this way. Alan Cavagnaro from Connecticut at the route of Connecticut gets the green flag and down to turn number 1 they go. Looks like a good start by the Pure Michigan. Actually, a little bit of contact there with the Discover Ohio of Nathan McCain. Oh, looks like we got Shelton off in the back. Yes, Shelton's, I think, going to rejoin the race in a nice, clean fashion. He's going to lose a ton of spots, but at least she didn't fly off the track. This has been a very critical section of the track. Oh, one of the Ranmos are off. However, I think everybody is minding their P's and Q's towards the back, and that was Tedford that went off. Galligan is up to second as they bump McCain down a few spots. And now they're rounding out through that middle chicane there, through the fast couple of final corners. And it looks like it will be Cavagnaro leading the first lap here at the round of Connecticut. And a fantastic showing by the hometown hero. A little bit further back, Chris Louviere's got some pretty heavy rear end damage. And I think it was contact with Matt Duncan. And actually DJ Curtis is back there as well. We'll take a look and see what happened to them. So Louviere was coming over the hill and it looks like, oh wow, it looks like Pericles was not paying attention to where he was going. And Duncan actually got held up because of it. We'll see another view of it. So Pericles went off the track here, and without really even knowing anyone was there, just turned right into him. That almost looked deliberate how bad that was, and I wouldn't surprise me if Nick Pericles, and yes, Nick Pericles is being sent to Chief Stewart Pashanda's office after this race, so Nick Pericles definitely not in a good position right now, the Indianapolis 250 winner. Here's Paula Thenos entering the next corner, and up the track they go. There's Almermuller, our points leader, going off here, and then Tedford would actually turn Thenos, and Thenos would go into the tire wall out of the race. Almermuller would continue onward without much of an issue. However, he would lose a ton of positions. Michael Almermuller would, our points leader, German touring car driver, whose series fell apart. However, it is looking like he will be going into the World Supercar Championship after this, so he will not be back next season. Charles Sanford coming around this second-to-last carousel would actually hit the back of Allie Nelson and nearly dukes a hazard that one, but nice save there, keeping that under control going up the hill, and Sanford would continue onward. We actually have an onboard with Sanford, so we'll take a look at that one. That was pretty impressive by Charles Sanford. So we're on board with Sanford in the 03 car. He's expected to continue with DNC next season, and whoa, man! Sanford was lucky he didn't catch air there. If he would have caught air, that could have been a very nasty accident.
But Sanford did a nice job avoiding that situation, and we'll continue onward. DJ Curtis had a bit of damage from that one incident between, I believe that was Louvier and them, and would have to come down pit road to get some damage repaired. DJ Curtis is, of course, one of the major championship contenders, and with the last 3 races of the season being on fast ovals that can be highly unpredictable, DJ Curtis isn't looking all that strong right now for championship hopes. Hopefully, with the final race in Oklahoma being a double points race, hopefully DJ Curtis can regain some of that. Sean Galligan right now is closing in bit by bit here on Alan Cavagnaro for the lead. Galligan, the mad British driver who, Captain Aggression they call him, still hasn't won his first ARCSOA Elite Series race. Was close to winning the American 700, however, lost it on the final lap there with Sean Perkins. James Shelley's back there as well. Silver Fox, who has gotten up a few spots up the order. James Silver Fox is looking rather strong during this race, and Silver Fox is looking quite good. He was pretty quick at the tragic Road America race, and, well, he is looking pretty strong here as well. Here's a big scramble here. This is for the final point spot. I believe Thaber's in that final point spot. However, a little bit further back, these cars are all in serious contention for some points. Lester's back here, Charles Sanford, that is, Alex Allen, Jordan Davis, who qualified toward the back. Jordan Davis had a pretty bad qualifying run, likewise, and I think he actually got a penalty back there as well. A few cars back here did. I know that's what put Almermuller back there in the first place. Lester, I believe, was also back there as well. Lester's made up quite a few spots. However, one of the biggest improvements actually right now are the Ferraris are having a pretty good run up here, as is the 62 of Nicolas Vernier, who's been making his teammate Leonardo da Silva as of late look pretty idiotic. Another car up the order is Kyle Collins in 15th position. Collins is having a very strong run in the 43 car. Good to see, because Kyle Collins is, of course, in a contract year, and, well, probably needs as much as he can get right now. Here comes Nathan McCain. He's charging up here on Cody Lamas in the 48 car, and the 9 and the 48 are fighting pretty hard right now as they come up and over the hill, backside of the track now. However, it looks like Cody Lamas is fighting an ill-handling car while his teammates try to take on the 2 Cathex cars in front of him. His teammates in, I believe, 4th position, so we're starting to see what the 2 CBMs can do. The CBMs have turned on the heat as of late lately, but with those final 3 tracks being relatively unpredictable, expect CBM to really turn on the power for the Andrew Cross's race in the Durban Sport Jackal. Would go up in smoke right here, and well, that's not a very good spot. There's Saarinen trying to avoid, and Saarinen actually would hit some oil and slide off the track right into the wall there. I think Ryusu just barely missed the wall there, but Saarinen got a pretty big piece of that wall, that tire wall there. However, Andrew Cross says he's trying to pit. Oh, wow. There's Lamas almost hit him there, but he comes down, and Nathan McCain's there, and that's not going to be well for him. And, well, that's not good. And now I think Cross is just going to pull off to the side, and that's going to really hurt Nathan McCain. We're going to take another look at it. So we're coming up to the scene here, and no, wow, it looked like Shelley also went off there without a lot of control, and not really clear what the 32 was doing there, and I'm not sure if Cross really knew what he was doing there either. He had to pit there, but he really should have been further down the track, and McCain should have known he should have had to pit and shouldn't have dove down there. So kind of a mutual blame there on both of them. Another incident that happened, trying to avoid this, was Alan Cavagnaro, the leader, slid off the track, as did Galligan, to avoid that incident as well. A couple of cars did, and that's where Silver Fox got got Shelley there, and Silver Fox is actually up to 3rd place, and with Silver Fox being faster than the 2 damaged leaders, that doesn't bode well. However, the fastest car on track right now is Jake Baskinger, almost into the 45-second bracket right now. Jake Baskinger is having a fantastic run here. He didn't qualify as well as he would have liked due to the rain qualifying session. Jake Baskinger in the past hasn't been the best in the rain. However, he is doing quite well here at Lime Rock, trying to get up the order. And Jake Baskinger will be a force to be reckoned with as this race goes on. It's, of course, an 85-lap race, so it's one of the longer ones in lap distances. However, Jake Baskinger is doing a pretty good job. He won at a pretty crazy race at Bristol, and he's looking pretty strong here. Now Alan Cavignaro is being held up by Nick Pericles, and Pericles is doing a pretty bad job of getting out of the way. Pericles needs to, and it looks like Cavignaro's going to dive. No, he's not. He's backing out of that. He can't dive. He's really being held up now. And you can tell by Galligan closing in on him, which he is massively now. And now Cavignaro makes the move to get by him, hopefully. And no, maybe not. Yep, Cavignaro's going to get it that time, but took him a long enough time to do so, but he did. Now Galligan's going to have to deal with Pericles, but I think he does clear him. No, he doesn't. Pericles is fighting back, but I'm thinking, oh no, maybe not. Pericles is definitely fighting back, and it looks like now he'll finally get the move done, and now Silver Fox has to get the move done on Pericles, and that's not going to be the easiest thing to do, as we've seen. Alan Cavignaro's reporting a tire going down here. This could end up benefiting him, but he's going to have to pit early here. Cavignaro has a tire going down, and that is not good for his race. We are starting to get close to pit stops, however, this is a little bit early. And now you've got Sean Galligan leading this race over James Silverfox and Cody Lamas. Fourth position is going to be Sean Angel. Fifth will be Shelley. Sixth will be... that will be Vernier. Seventh will be Perkins. Eighth is Baskinger. Ninth is, that would be Fabrosis. And 10th would be Kyle Collins, who's once again having a fantastic run. 2 laps after Cavignaro, we'd have Galligan come down pit road, giving the lead off to James Silverfox, who is up there, and Cody Lamas is in second, so it's a CBM 1-2. It seems like they're on a similar strategy. Sean Angel and James Shelley have had a heck of a time trying to get by the 17 car. Well, Pericles, what can I say? Pericles. And now James Silverfox would pit. However, they're going to keep Lamas out to avoid any pit road contact. This one is a very tight pit road, but Angel's in, Vernier's in, Baskinger's in, Fabrosis is in, Collins is in. Looks like De Silva stayed out. Delise is in, as well as the majority of the field is coming in on lap 22 here. Looks like this is remotely scheduled. That's Jordan Davis leaving, but now we're starting to see what the 48's going to do, or where the 44 is going to be. Where's the 44 right now? 44 had a long pit stop, it looked like. Yeah, 44 got a really long pit stop. And that's going to put, I believe, there comes Lamas down pit road. The only thing I'd be worried about is cars leaving the pits while you're entering. Doesn't look like that'll be a problem. Maybe the 33 might be an issue. No, not really. Pretty much a very easy and nice pit stop strategy right there. But, Lamas is in. And it looked like we had a little bit of an accident up there with the 24 car. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, coming out of the pits, it looked like Nelson wasn't too happy with Will Lewis, and Nelson pretty much moved Lewis out of the way. And here comes James Silverfox, who's going to get the lead out of the pits. It looks like it will be definitely Silverfox over Lamas, so James Silverfox is now your leader of this race. Silverfox is doing an awesome job here at Lime Rock. James Shelley, who had a very slow pit stop, is battling right now for position with Rodolfo Omega, the last remaining squad Arizona in the race, and it looks like 14 wasn't too happy with Omega and forces him off the track, and Omega gets the wall and out of the race. He'll go on lap 24 of 85. So Rodolfo Omega out of the race. The biggest gainer on the pit stop cycle had to have been Jake Baskinger from 9th to 5th. And actually, it looks like Charlie Fabrosis had a big gain there as well. Galligan's in 7th position. Looks like Cavignaro's down to 9th, battling with Collins for 8th. Cavagnaro had a really slow pit stop. Whoa, looks like Collins is blocking very aggressively with Cavagnaro. And Cavagnaro's into the 45-8, so we're going to start seeing what Cavagnaro can do here. I'm thinking Cavagnaro is going to be a very, very strong person in this race, but he's got to get up there quickly. All right, Chris Louvier. His weekend would go bad to worse here, as it looks like Sean Galligan would get up onto Louvier. Louvier would lose it there and just scrape the fencing there. He would continue onward, but Chris Louvier is not having a very strong weekend. Rumor has it that Ramno is going through some financial problems, and they might not even see the end of the season. However, we are unsure of that, though. We believe they might see the end of the season, but there's rumors that they won't. Looks like Louvier is holding up the Lexus car. That also does not bode well for the possible merger with the ARCSOA America team led by Jessica Shelton. Shelton was supposed to get a ride on that team, and I believe Louvier was going to be in the other car. And, well, that's not going to bode well as Louvier's coming down pit road. Doesn't bode well for their future, I'll say that. Collins is actually looking to try and get well, actually, hold on to 7th, but, he's fallen to 8th position. Looks like Ryusu's trying to get 9th away from near Michigan of Alan Cavagnaro, who, like I said, it has been having a pretty rough weekend. Looks like Louvier is still on pit road. Obviously, for that results the contact there. Marian Shawrot is in 12th position, the Darlington winner. 13th is Tyler Thaber, and 14th will be Chris Washer. Cody Lamas now is closing in on his teammate for the lead. Silver Fox does have a pretty substantial lead, however, Lamas is closing. It looks like Lamas is also trying to get away a bit from Sean Angel, who's closing in on him. And Vernier is as well. Baskinger's kind of holding back a little bit. The fastest car earlier on isn't exactly as fast as he once was. However, a little bit further down the order, Galligan's going to have to deal with Pericles again. Collins is holding off Cavagnaro, DeLeese, and Vincent Allen. And further back, you've got Shawrot, Thaber, Washer, McCain, Lewis, Nelson, Lester, Sanford, and in the final points-paying spot, I think we actually have, that would be Alex Allen. However, I'm not exactly sure of that. Yes, Alex Allen. James Shelley is on pit road again. More mechanical problems, as is Jordan Davis. Both are having some mechanical issues with their cars. Tough break for both of them. However, we're waiting on James Silverfox to radio into pit again. And the CBM is doing quite well here. One of the more powerful cars in a straight line is the BMW, and we're seeing that today. And James Silverfox is on pit road. Now, this is scheduled, of course. Going to put Lamas, I believe, into P1. Not exactly sure, but I believe Lamas is in P1 now. Yes, he is. Second position is, right now, Sean Angel. Third is Vernier. Fourth is Baskinger. So you're seeing now what's going to happen as we believe Lamas is going to come in this time. No, he's not actually. So Lamas tried to lap his teammate there, and actually has to. This is where Lamas, if he wants to be in the lead, is going to have to really start pulling out, stretching his lead a bit here. He's going to have to start catching Silver Fox, who is on new tires, but they're cold. So we'll see how that works. Lamas would be the next on pit road with Vernier and a few others on pit road as well. So you're starting to see some of these guys on. The majority of the field actually is coming in. We're waiting on Silver Fox. This is Silver Fox now. The German driver comes off the final corner. Where is Lamas? Still on pit road, and that's going to go to Silver Fox once again. There's so Lamas is going to be in P2. P3 will be Jake Baskinger. Actually, right now, I think the leader hasn't pitted yet. Yes, the leader is actually Charlie Fabrosis. Fabrosis having a rather strong run there. So I don't think Fabrosis will take the lead, though. It looks like actually Matt Duncan's got a problem on pit road as well. They had him held up for a while there. Allie Nelson would, this is a couple laps ago, but Allie Nelson would take an untimely exit of the race from the points. Looks like Jordan Davis gets on her back bumper, and Nelson flies off into the woods. So Allie Nelson would fall out of the race. Jessica Shelton stayed out for a long time to lead a lap. However, she's on pit road now, and it looks like Aaron Perkins has a mechanical problem there. So Aaron Perkins, not a good run for her. A little bit further back, I think that's DJ Curtis on pit road, but Jessica Shelton will rejoin the race now. Michael Almermuller has a big points lead right now, and right now he's outside of the points. Almermuller needs a good run here. However, at this rate, he might not get those points, although he was looking in the same kind of boat last weekend and wound up 8th on the board. So Michael Almermuller, going into this, he is the championship favorite right now. However, with 3 rather unpredictable ovals being Canadian International's return, Talladega, which has gone into that new slingshot style. Canadian International, we don't think it will be, but we'll think it will be more traditional pack racing. And then Oklahoma, which is always crazy, and a 400-miler at Oklahoma at that, are set to be rather unpredictable races, and we've noticed that the Mercedes United cars don't look exactly all that great there, or at those high-speed tracks. Battle here for 22nd between Saarinen and Shelton. This is right in front of the leader, that's why it's important, but Silver Fox has to get by these two. Silver Fox is starting to really pull on second position, who's now Sean Angel. Looks like Lamas has fallen back a little bit. Sean Angel's up to 2nd, and Baskinger's up to 4th over Fabrosis. 6th is Galligan. 7th is Cavagnaro. Cavagnaro hasn't been as strong as we would have thought he would be, but Alan Cavagnaro is trying his hardest out there, and so far is having a good run in his home race. Matt Duncan's not having a very good run either in this race, and we were kind of surprised by that because these undercars we expected to be coming in here as some very strong contenders. He and his teammate Nick Pericles haven't been that great, and they both seem to have that same lack of letting the leaders go. Alan Cavagnaro's reporting a problem with the 98 car, a misfire, so he's going to come down pit road right here. And not a great thing for Cavagnaro. He was solidly in the points. And Cavagnaro is having his race went from bad. Oh, there it goes! The engine just went on the 98 car. The Dodge Challenger engine is up in smoke. I think he's going to bring it onto pit road. That's going to be it. I say bring that right back to the garage area. Tough break for our pole sitter. However, he will now get nothing out of that after having a rather strong start to the race. James Silverfox is being held up in a very long line of traffic here. The race leader. He's been a commanding race leader in this race and is looking rather strong here, but it also looks like Angel's being held up by Matt Duncan and Lamas is as well, so this is the battle for seconds between Fabrosis, Baskinger, Lamas, and Angel, so you're really going to see some of these guys get very aggressive trying to get by lap traffic, I think. However, the lap cars really aren't making it easy either there, and it looks like, Lamas is going to go for second position here. Angel left the door open, and I think Lamas is going to get it there. And see, that's what using lap cars to your advantages, and Silver Fox is loving this, because then Silver Fox doesn't have to deal with having to get by the lap cars as quickly as he may have had to have earlier on. You can see that because he's backed off the throttle quite a bit. However, it looks like Lamas is up to second position. It's now a CBM 1-2, Porsche 3-4. And looks like Fabrosis is trying to set up Baskinger there. So, well, we're going to see what happens here. And it looks like, now maybe Fabrosis will try and make a move here. Don't break away from this yet. Looks like, depends on how hard Fabrosis is. Fabrosis is very hard into the corner and is going to get Baskinger here. So, that is for P4 and Baskinger down to 5th. Final pit stop now for James Silverfox. He is on pit road. Looks like his main contenders are all stayed out. They're going to try an out-pit strategy him. Looks like Lamas is running up the hill. Actually, it looks like Fabrosis is going to take second away. The Porsche cars, we believe, already have pitted. Yes, they have. Both the Porsche cars pitted the lap before. Actually, no. Angel stayed out. Baskinger pitted the lap before. And I don't even think it's close with Silver Fox. Yeah, Silver Fox is there, but Baskinger might leapfrog here, and it looks like Angel's definitely going to stay out a little bit here. He may not want to lap his teammate either, so that could be another factor in this as well. A few laps later, Sean Angel would have to pit. What this is going to do actually is make it very close on gas for the 91 once again. We can see that he's been saving on this run. He's going to be close on fuel here. He has just taken the lead back as Angel and Lamas have been passed. However, Silver Fox is going to have to take it very easy and drive very economically to get this car back around the track for the remaining laps of this race. Silver Fox has to do that. We saw Shawrot did it. He's probably in the leanest fuel mixture he can get. So it's not full. So his car is being very economical, and he has to be very economical in his driving, or else he's going to have to pit again and possibly give this race to either his teammate or Sean Angel. Actually, no, Jake Baskinger's up to second position, so Jake Baskinger would be the beneficiary. And you can bet Porsche's all over the radio telling Jake Baskinger to get going and challenge and force Silver Fox to use a bit of his fuel. Michael Almermuller in the 12 cars running P11. What that's going to do is you have to be within 200 points of the championship leader leaving this race. So drivers like Cody Lamas and a few others, Jessica Shelton's another one, have to be sweating a bit of bullets here, trying to make sure they can be within. I don't think Shelton will make it. I think Shelton will be mathematically eliminated. However, we're getting down to crunch time here in the points, and with Almermuller in the points right now, that's not good for a few championship contenders. I'm sorry, that is the wrong car there. The 11th place car of Almermuller is doing quite well. Another driver that could be eliminated from the points will be Vincent Allen. Vincent Allen is, well, not... He is in 7th position ahead of Almermuller, but he's got to stay there. 200 points, remember that. It's 200 points leaving this race you've got to be within. And Almermuller is going to be gaining some. Not good for some of the others. James Silver Fox, however, only has to save fuel for one more lap. He's got to pretty much get it around one more time. Looks like Baskinger's under fire from Angel. Angel's closed in on him. However, Angel is faster out of the two right now. And, well, we're going to see. I think Porsche is telling Angel that this will be the finishing order. I think Porsche is going into team orders mode, although Angel may not like that team orders mode. Baskinger responds with that, but these two have had a rather rocky history here. And with Cooper Siron around and maybe take one of the rides, that could bring into something there. However, James Silver Fox, unopposed, will win the round of Lime Rock. And coming out the corner, Jake Baskinger will get second with Sean Angel third. It's going to be a very interesting points challenge, but let's go down to the finishing results right now.